All right, so this ties in with your goals. If your goal is to get people who are at the top of the funnel, you want to teach them, you want to educate them in the hopes that they will follow the funnel, stay on your site, and follow the funnel all the way to buy, then you're going to be going after those head keywords, the huge volume keywords. Okay? If you only want the people who are ready to buy, they're comparison shopping and they're trying to figure out who has the lowest shipping rates and who has the lowest prices, you're focusing more on the long tail keywords. Now, finding the long tail keywords is the whole key to being successful. Okay? That's why when a client or a prospective client comes up to me and says, "I know my keywords, there's sunglasses." Okay? You're not going to make any money off the word sunglasses. And there's another relationship. The longer that line, the more competition there is for those keywords and the more expensive they are. The shorter that line, the less competition you have, and the cheaper the keyword is. Okay, so finding long tail keywords is a huge part of success with pay-per-click. But again, it depends on your ad, on your goals. If you have a huge company and your goal is to just get your brand out, to get your brand showing up on pages, then it depends on your goal. Okay. Is everybody okay? Any questions? Okay. Ready. Come on. Come on.
Sure it's not George?
Yeah. George is my coworker who's sitting back there. Oh, I am moving. Okay. So, different types of keywords. There are basically 4 different kinds of keywords. Explicit, problems. Okay? So explicit is somebody's just typing in what they want into the search bar. The problem is they're typing their problem in to the search bar. And you have symptoms of the problem, people typing in what they can see. They might not understand the problem, but they can see here are the symptoms. Or the holy grail is they're typing in a product number. Okay? They're looking to buy. All right? So just an example. If you own a Ferrari, which I'm sure most of you do, and you are looking for a mechanic. If you're an explicit searcher, you're going to type in Chicago Ferrari mechanic. Okay, that's a very explicit search. Okay, maybe you've got the problem that your Ferrari won't make it to 210 miles an hour. Okay, it's a big problem. Okay, so the person might type in to the search, "My Ferrari won't go over 210 miles an hour." Okay, hoping to find some information about it. Or maybe they say at 195 miles an hour, it really starts to whine. Okay, what's going on here? All right, or maybe they just type in, "I'm looking for information on my Testarossa 12-cylinder." Okay, so these are different. There are other categories of keywords, but these are the 4 most basic. All right, and when you are starting your keyword research, you need to think about your product or your service from these 4 different angles. You need to think about, okay, usually the explicit ones come easily. Okay, I'm a Chicago hairdresser. I'm going to put in Chicago barber, Chicago hairdresser. It's pretty simple. But you're beginning to think about your keywords. Approach them from the other 3 angles as well. Okay, approach it from the problem. What problems do my clients have that I can help them solve? Okay, what are the symptoms of those problems? All right, and start putting together your product lists. Okay, if you have products, or if you have services, what do people call your service? Okay, so how do you find these? Well, there's a lot of different tools out there. You probably, if you are involved in marketing, you've probably even get emails from people saying, "We've got this new keyword tool that only costs $800 a month, blah, 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 blah." Some of them are nice. I haven't found any that beat this. This is Google's AdWords keyword tool. Okay? And they kind of hidden it recently. So you need to log into AdWords, and then across the top you've got an opportunity tab. You click on the word opportunities, and then hidden down on the left side is a little link that says keyword tool. It's not up here. And this is what happens after you click that keyword tool. So if you've never been there, you need to get an AdWords account. Once you're up and running, click on the Opportunities tab, and then look on the left column towards the bottom. There's a little thing that says Keyword Tool. Click on that, and you come to this page. This page, you've got a couple of options at the top. First option, the one in the red circle, is that you can type in kind of what you think your keywords are, usually your explicit keywords. Type it in there, and Google will take that and run with it. They will come back with as many combinations, permutations of that keyword as they know. They can come back with 800, 1,000 keywords. Now you can get into this tool without registering with Google, but I think it's limited to 50 or 100 keywords. To get the thousands of keywords and to get your long tail keywords, you have to register. All right. The other option you have next to the red circle is website. You can put your website in there, click go, and Google will go analyze your site and come back and say, this is what we think your keywords are. Okay, this is what this is what Google thinks is your keywords, which is usually pretty interesting. You might be surprised at what they think you're trying to do. You might be a little concerned. So I highly recommend you do both. Okay, whenever we take on a new client, the first thing I do is plug in their domain in there and see what Google thinks they're trying to do. Okay, so after you click enter, you get the results down towards the bottom. So let's kind of blow that up a little bit. You get 5 columns of data. All right, the first column is the keyword. Second column is competition. How many other websites and how many other AdWords campaigns are out there trying to compete for that keyword? Then you have global monthly searches, which is exactly what it sounds like. How many times is this keyword searched for around the world? And then local is not local. Local is whatever country you have set for inside of AdWords and what language you have set. So for most of us, it's going to be the United States and English. A lot of people will tell you, oh, local is Chicago. Yeah, no, not even close. It's the United States. All right? And you can adjust that, and you can say, I want the United States in Spanish. Okay? And it will change, obviously, the results. And then the last one is usually pretty interesting. It gives you a graph of how many times the word was searched for over the last year, so you can see if there's seasons. So right now, I'm doing Chicago wedding photographer, okay? And as you might expect, February, April, and May, I don't know if you can see this, but February, April, and May are the big search months for the words Chicago wedding photographer, and it spells it out for you. And the really nice thing about this is there is an export button right at the top, and you can export all of this out into Excel. And when we're working with keywords, we're working in a spreadsheet. Okay, I don't work here. I just dump all of this data out, and then the next step that we're going to be talking about, organizing keywords, you do that inside of you can use a spreadsheet. I use, if anybody's a FileMaker Pro geek, I love to do it. I do it all inside of FileMaker Pro. It just, whatever is easy, but you need to be able to sort and move the data around.